No doubt you're looking at the background behind me, and you might be wondering, what is it that this video is all about? So guys, the fact is that I lost my job in 2020 when the COVID just hit. And that in of itself totally transformed my life totally, being a cybersecurity and information security professional within the industry. And for sure, I just want to take this time to share with you the realities and what I have actually been doing to put a twist on all that is happening. And oftentimes we hear and read about the high demand for cybersecurity professionals, yet still it remains very hard, very competitive for many of us to get into the industry, despite our achievements, our certifications, our degrees, experience. And this reality has led many to becoming very frustrated, including myself, and even at the point of changing careers, which can be very challenging, depending on a number of factors, not to mention age being one of them. Now, I too am dealing with those struggles, and I felt the need to share what I have been doing to fuel my dreams despite the odds. And the question is it possible to generate income as a cybersecurity professional when you are unemployed with little or no experience? And this is one of the major challenges for many of us. How it is that we are able to care for our families. Many relationships are being destroyed. We have various responsibilities. So we are at a point, I was at a point where I definitely needed to find ways to be creative, and navigating my way from unemployment to a person of value was very hard and continues to be challenging as I've been working most of my life since college, since university. And no worries, I will soon share my plan of how you can generate income as a cybersecurity professional by making yourself a person of value, developing that strategic plan, which for me is what I describe as my revenue stream. And the fact is that uh, after countless trial and error, I actually found a plan that works for me. And maybe this could also work for you if you put in the work, as there's no silver bullet to anything. And for sure, I'll be diving into what I have that you're looking behind me at the moment. Now, let's look at what I've been doing to actually make myself in terms of a person of value. So let me quickly share my screen with you as we dive into all unnecessary details. And for sure, you can definitely, my aim is for you to also develop your plan and to take some of these measures that could possibly transform your dark situation into that moment of hope moving forward as a professional within the industry, knowing that there is hope. So let me quickly share my screen with you as we work through what I have been doing. So for sure, let's quickly all right, guys. So there I have my screen, and that's the plan that I have been working on. All right. Let me quickly ensure that we are all on the same page. Uh, okay. So there we have our screen. And what you're looking at is actually the plan that I have been working through so far, right? Looking at the number of steps that I've actually taken. Now, and the first thing that you notice is that what I've done is to call this what my income stream plan. And this is where I actually use my LinkedIn as my center of attraction for everything that I do in terms of creating a person of value. And I'll be looking at going to my LinkedIn shortly just to show you all the breakouts. So this is basically my plan. And the first thing that I committed to was to acquire knowledge. This is where I spent a lot of time in terms of learning more about my career path, doing various training courses to build my skill set so that I can be very valuable in terms of becoming that subject matter expert within the cybersecurity and GRC space. And I'll be also pushing out a course shortly that speaks to all of this in terms of pivoting into cybersecurity or the GRC space. So there we have, this is my plan. Then I also have what is known as my affiliate partnership, where I actually reach out to various vendors, MSPs, MSSPs to build those relationships in terms of the services that they have. So once I build relationship with other companies that needs these services, then I create those referrals to these enterprise organizations, who in turn will definitely compensate me accordingly, right? Then this is where I do my live streams, where I constantly create my niche on the various platforms, pushing content in relation to the things that I do as a cybersecurity expert. I have my podcast where I provide mentorship for upcoming cybersecurity professionals. And this is where I also build those relationships in terms of converting those various listeners into revenue leads to the various other income platforms that I have configured. So these are things that you can also do in building your skill set. Then I also have, this is where I have my content being created. And many of us are familiar with Buy Me a Coffee application, their platform. So I post a lot of valuable content in relation to cybersecurity and GRC within that platform where persons can go to and also to support my work wherever possible. This is also another big one for me. This is my Udemy platform where I create a number of courses, content courses, where I pretty much bundle my experience on various subject matters, topics that I'll be also sharing with you. And for sure, doing my various YouTube live streams, videos, this being one of them that person can actually have access to. From there, you're able to access the various services, platforms, streams, all the things that I do. All of these things are interconnected. Then I also promote my various services on my LinkedIn profile. So all of these elements, and there are many more other ways, other platforms that you can also use. But this is just what I have been doing that possibly can also add value to you as a professional within the industry that you can also think about, right? So this is pretty much my strategic plan of action in terms of keeping myself occupied, in terms of having that bright outlook on all that is happening despite the challenges, right? So this is pretty much what I call using my kryptonite, which is the loss of my job, to use the COVID as my catalyst to becoming a person of value, right? So let's quickly move from this. And if you look straight at my LinkedIn profile, guys, one of the things that you want to do is to create that presence, right? And if you recognize that I am constantly looking to my left, which is your right, and because I actually have a screen at the moment sharing. So this is where we have my LinkedIn profile, which I've actually talked about in one of those courses that I've done, where you actually create a profile that represents you, your colors, the things that you do. So immediately persons know what you are about, right? You set your profile to be that business professional, right? Bear in mind that your profile represents who you are. It is your resume online, right? So from the get-go, I have all the things that I do. I'm a cybersecurity professional, right? All the certifications, training, whatever it is. And this is not just about titles or certification. I'm just showing you the things that I have been able to do despite the odds of losing my job as a result of COVID. So I've actually created those Udemy courses, and then I've actually created what is called my business service link. Now, when you click on this link, right, this link brings you to this page that goes further into the services and things that I do. So immediately you recognize you have access to all my Udemy training, right? My cybersecurity GRC resources, right? This is where I provide cybersecurity career guidance. Um, this is where the affiliate business services comes in for persons who are interested in VC services. Then I also have those contact relations with these necessary providers who are able to provide those services. And you also have the SMBs, the managed service providers, right? If you want to be a guest on my podcast, you can also access the consultative services, just the same. So it's all about marketing, it's all about making yourself marketable and valuable, right? So when you access here, then immediately you're able to go to my Udemy courses, right? And these are my links to just a few of the courses, some of the top courses that I have on my profile. So immediately once you click on these, it takes you to, for example, this conducting cybersecurity and GRC assessments, best practices for cybersecurity and GRC professionals, the ultimate cybersecurity professional. These are courses that I've actually developed, and these have actually been a source of revenue for me that you can also do the same, right? So with that being said, then let's go right back to my profile. And from here also, right, just waiting for this to load. Just the same, and you recognize from here, you're able to go back to my LinkedIn profile as well as to access my YouTube content from here as well, right? So this is where you have all my Udemy courses now to access all my GRC and cybersecurity resources. And for all of these, you can always schedule time with me to have those conversations, XYZ. So to access all of these resources, then it immediately brings you to what I call Buy Me a Coffee page. And this is where I have a number of valuable content that persons can actually use to gain further insight into cybersecurity and GRC topics, and for sure, if they want to support my work. So this is all about using ways to generate income. At the end of the day, every little adds up in terms of helping you to cover all those various expenses, those financial challenges that you are having. So, all right, so that you have that in place, guys. All right. Then I also have my YouTube channel. Right. So this is where you have all my videos, and very important is the fact that I also customize this editing that you can also do. So straight from this profile, you're able to access my LinkedIn profile, you're able to access my business services, you're able to access all my Udemy courses, as well as all of these links are geared towards generating revenue by visiting and also supporting those services that are provided there. Also, I have um, my podcast streams. This is where I have all the interviews, all the resources, talking about all the expert security leaders within the industry that I use as a means of providing um, mentorship, support, guidance, career guidance, as well as to speak a lot about various topics in relation to cybersecurity and GRC that can also add value to you as a cybersecurity professional within the industry. So, guys, it's all about the approach that you would take to build yourself as that cybersecurity professional within the industry. So despite the challenges that you're going through, there is hope. You can definitely be somebody of value. And for sure, I hope that you found this very helpful, very informative, and for sure, I would definitely appreciate the fact that you share this with somebody, that you can actually look into these options. For sure, reach out to me. I will not hesitate to sit with you to provide the guidance in terms of how it is that I actually develop some of these relationships, the things that I do to maybe build Udemy courses, to create affiliates, all of these things. So it's all about being creative despite the challenges that you're facing. There is hope. There is a way out of all of this. And for sure, there are many areas of cybersecurity. There are other skill areas, there are other professions, there are other things that you can definitely do to really overcome all the odds that you're going through at this time. So guys, for sure, stay tuned, subscribe, share until I meet with you in further conversations like this.